Holy moly, King of the Casuals, episode 103, and here we are, UFC 290? How did we get to UFC 290? Insane card, it's International Fight Week, and let's just get straight into it. But before we do, let's not forget about our sponsors. Fuckem.nyc, that's fuckem.nyc. We've got, they're pretty much the force in MMA, really, if you think about it. One is a jiu-jitsu black belt at 265 pounds. The other was an all-American wrestler here at Grand Valley, or something like that, and a Marine, bad mother freffer. Here we go. Here they come. Hello.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preface this entire episode with none of these. It's kind of like, do you remember the game? Drew Carey hosted it. Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Yes.
Where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Well, that's kind of like that introduction that Jamie just gave for Nate and I, because I am definitely not a jiu-jitsu black belt. Nor is Nate an all-American wrestler.
I know, but he out wrestled me, which makes him at least all-American. Even though he outweighs me by 100 pounds. But
that makes him an eighth grader with decent skills.
All right, there's one point. We should keep track of the burns. Last wrestled freshman year in high school, 112.
Nice, I believe it, man. You must
Isn't that amazing? I didn't go through puberty until I was about 27, so whatever.
I was born at 115.
My poor sister. Jesus. Sorry, Susan. I didn't mean for that to come up on the show. I was born, though, with a pitching wedge in my hand.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's a real mess coming out, though.
It is. That's why my mom walks with a limp.
Always wondered.
I know, right?
Anna Judy.
Yeah. Right? Sorry, this is a family affair. If it's all inside baseball here, you can turn the channel. I don't believe we've ever asked anybody in this show to click the like button and subscribe and smash the Smash the
subscribe button, everybody.
Yeah. Don't subscribe. Don't. No, do what you want. I don't like forcing people to have to. If you do this, I'll do that. If you don't like us, out.
Don't watch.
There's so much content.
Even if you don't like us, you probably should watch this episode because we're pretty good. Let's be honest.
It's not terrible.
It's a C-. It's a solid C-.
Hey, C's get degrees, son. Let's go.
C's rule the world. Anyhow, so this is UFC 290, and I wrote a blog about it, and I figured maybe this is a good time for the art of spoken word. I'll just read it to you guys, and then we'll go over everything.
Well, are you gonna put up the pictures that you drew with it, or
no? Because the Quran was that invisible thing, and you you need the other piece. I don't have it, so
it's like the black light ink.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the savage spectacle that is UFC 290. Tonight, Alexander Volkanovski may find himself in the heart of the American dream turned nightmare, where the primal instincts of man are unleashed upon the canvas of the octagon. He will have to contend with the new king of Mexican savagery and Taekwondo. This match will not resemble a mere sport. Rather, it will be a blood-soaked ballet of brutality, a symphony of violence that resonates deep within the human psyche. One has to imagine 560 spin kicks at 1,000 RPM, capable of cracking Volkanovski's granite chin. On the other hand, Volk could prove to be the smartest and most poised fighter on the planet when he's focused. That's right, when he's focused. He may rely on his footwork and insane cardio to keep El Pantero away from him for 25 minutes. I couldn't help but feel a sense of twisted excitement when I saw Pantoja and Moreno face off yesterday, and my gut tells me Pantoja may have the belt around his waist by midnight tonight. Next, we have Robert Whittaker and Dricus du Plessis, two modern-day gladiators driven by I'm not going in order. I'm just talking, stream conscious. Driven by a potent cocktail of adrenaline and fear. Both of them seem genuinely to believe they are far superior to the other. But obviously, one must be delusional. That deluded grandeur belongs to the South African. Perhaps it's because he's less likable than Islam Makhachev. Or maybe it's because Bobby Knuckles is simply too refined and slick for du Plessis, who at times looks slightly like a more handsome version of Frankenstein as he gathers his two left feet and carelessly rushes his opponent. He resembles an out-of-control, gigantic 11-year-old. It's almost too easy to say, but I will. Bobby Knuckles teaches the boy a lesson. I'm almost finished. Will you fucking let me finish? In this grotesque theater of combat, will we witness the raw essence of humanity stripped down to the most primal form? Fighters like Val Woodburn embody the spirit of his savage Jamaican ancestors, whose darkest desires now fuel Val's most basic instincts. Will Val put Bo Nickals' head somewhere on the main floor of the T-Mobile Arena, causing security and fans to scurry, frantically searching under seats, rummaging through spilled tall boys of Modella and soggy popcorn for a rolling ball of blonde hair and blood to be reattached to Bo's body? Or will Bo use his calculated wrestling style to put Woodburn back on the canvas and meticulously take his soul? I'm guessing the latter, but the idea of Woodburn removing Bo's head from his body, while fanciful, is far more thrilling to contemplate. Tonight, we have a lineup that promises to be nothing short of spectacular. From the main event's Clash of Titans to the undercard, where we bid a proper, violent, and celebratory farewell to one of the all-time legends of the sport, Ruthless Robbie Lawler, as he sets his withered, worn, and rusty gloves down on the canvas before he exits the octagon for one final time. As the lights dim and the first bell tolls, the crowd will erupt. The night shall commence. In this moment, time stands still. The world outside the octagon fades away, and all that remains is the primal dance of combat. And then, in what will feel like a moment of pure catharsis, just as we've been counting the hands on the clock, waiting for that first prelim to begin, an agonizing wait that feels like slow centuries moving at a snail's pace, suddenly, it's just hours away. Before we know it, the epic main event will be over, with the victor standing triumphant, their body covered in the blood of their fallen foe. The crowd will remain in a thunderous roar, their primal desires momentarily satisfied. The fighters, their bodies broken but their spirits unyielding, will have embraced chaos they have unleashed. So, my friends, as you bid farewell to UFC 290 tonight, let us not forget the lessons we've learned. Remember that within each of us lies a savage beast waiting to be unleashed. And let us never forget the power of the octagon, where the human spirit is tested and the boundaries of our existence are pushed to the limit. May you all live to see the dawn, and all remember, #Jackie Mac forever. Is it too long, too wordy?
One, wordy.
Well, that's
sound
my
like
thing.
I know, but most people
I grew up reading
don't.
Hunter Thompson. I know most our fans don't know how to read, and if they
I
do,
love-
it's at a great level.
You're just making fun of the 7 people that watch our podcast.
I think we have 20.
Woo!
No, actually, it's not true. We have thousands. Do you know that we have one episode that's now got over 100,000 views?
Hey!
What?
It's the Rose
awesome.
Namajunas episode. So
Of course it is.
yeah,
Because people went nuts about that one. They were talking some mad shit about how we were Rose dick riders and all sorts of stuff. It was pretty funny.
well, we sort of are. I don't know if dick is the appropriate term, but
You know what I meant.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just because I don't write like Hunter. So I apologize.
We
No, that was good. I really liked it. I think you're wrong on about 75% of it.
As you know, I like to troll. This is why I love Sean Strickland so much, because this guy, he just says the most insane shit. You know, women shouldn't be allowed to vote back in the... I mean, I know... Do you believe he means that? Hell no. He's just having a ball with people going, what?
It's kind of like Colby Covington.
It's kind of like every election, right, the night before I say, don't forget, you have the right not to vote.
It's true.
And everybody goes, what are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it doesn't count.
It doesn't matter. All right.
It doesn't. Anyway, let's get into it.
Beautiful. Nice work. I liked it. Feature prelim is the Hall of Famer, if not future Hall of Famer, Robbie Lawler. Coming in at a plus 185 against the comeback kid here, Nico Price, coming in at a minus 225. I'll just hop in here because we don't have a ton of time. I love Lawler, but I don't think he's going to take this one. I would love to see him finish his career with a win, but I think Nico Price is ready. I think he's got the skills. He's still young. He's in his 20s. I think Nico Price coming back now after some time off, figuring out what he needs to do. I think he makes a push. I think he does a really good job in the cage, and he just needs to clean up some sloppiness, and I hope he's done that. So I go with Nico Price, probably a decision, split decision, Nico Price.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nico Price as well. I mean, Robbie has so many miles on him, and this could become a brawl. And, you know, I mean, last time Lawler was out there, he got knocked out. Even though that was a year ago, he's probably recovered. But, man, I don't know if his chin is still where it used to be.
I agree. We all agree on that one. But thanks to Robbie Lawler for making
Oh, my God.
Making us all
he's definitely a Hall of Famer with that McDonald fight. That's got to be one of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah.
Both of them were great fights.
Yeah,
but, I mean, think about this. Robbie Lawler's been in the UFC for 20 years. I mean, he came into the UFC at like 18 years old, 19 years old. He was a baby.
Remember when Diaz knocked him out with that just whole hook? Think. It's crazy.
It's nasty stuff.
All right, so we'll be back with part 2, which we'll get into the prelims and the main card. Don't forget, # Jackie Mac forever, and we'll be back after these messages from fuckem.nyc.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. Cause I'm nobody bringing you the casual thing. The king of the casuals, the casual king. The king of the casuals, the casual king. King of the casuals, the casual thing. Cause ain't no